Hi, I'm Trevor and I'm a comedian. Been a comedian for a few years now, and yeah, we should go around in like a circle. We should start there. We should talk. There's a conversation. No?
I want to know how the States was.
Oh, okay. How was the States? The States was and is fantastic. It was cool because I was there. I've been there for pretty much. I was there for a year, apart from going to the UK and stuff. And I did 40 states when I was out there. So all I did was I started touring in the US, doing small clubs. Did a theater run with a comedian, Gabriel Iglesias, which was really great. Introduced me to markets I wouldn't have been a part of, and it was really just about building, just about being a better comedian. So you just work the clubs. And it's such a great circuit because like the 1 week, like they'll go, Dave Chappelle was here last week, and now you here this week, and then next week is Eddie Griffin, and in 2 weeks' time Dane Cook popped. It's such a cool world. It's just, and it's great to be in an establishment where comedy's old. It's just such a there's pictures on the wall. I did a club in Atlanta where Richard Pryor first started. It's such an amazing. You talk to club owners that have worked with people for years. There's a lot of great mentors out there. So it's a really wonderful industry to work in, and they're very similar to South Africa in that there's a lot of racial tension in the country, which just strangely enough means you fit in. You're like, I know how this works. Yes, I've seen that smile before, lady. You're just in the mix immediately. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it actually, I guess that's why a lot of South Africans have moved there as well. It's an easy place to adapt to. You understand it. So that was fun. And then did Jay Leno when I was out there. That was great. Never planned on it. It's not like I left. I'm going to Jay Leno. I really just went out to do comedy, and then the circuit is so connected, and it's just such a machine out there that if you work hard enough and people think you're good enough, you inevitably get to the right clubs and you work in really prestigious places. Like some of the people I've worked with, it's like Daniel Tosh is going on stage before me, and then after me, it's going to be just legend after legend that's on stage. And so I was lucky enough to be asked to come and showcase with a bunch of comedians. They do it every quarter, let's say. They get like 10 of the guys that they feel are doing well at that time in the circuit, and they ask you to perform for a live audience, and then they choose from that.
Nice.
And then I got chosen. So
Awesome.
yeah, so it's been fun. It's been really good. It's been different. It's nice. I'm a nobody, which is really fun. I don't have to comb my hair, cut my hair, wear whatever I want, because nobody really cares. You're just some guy in the supermarket. There's no one taking pictures of you. So yeah, it was really good. It was fun. Went from the States to Ireland, did a comedy festival there, which was fantastic, and then went to Edinburgh. Just got back from Edinburgh. That was a 30-day run. I did 27 one-hour shows I did in Edinburgh, which was fantastic. The hardest work I've ever done in my life, but the best work I've ever done as well. And I guess it's just the beginning. So now I'm back home, which is fun. But my water wasn't working at the house, so I was like, you're just using the geezer's pressure, but there's no pressure. Geezer on, geezer off, geezer on, geezer off. Wash a little bit, and then so yeah. And the internet's very slow. We need to fix that, guys. No, really, we need to fix it. It's not fun. I think we'd fight a lot less if we had better internet, because then you don't have time to fight. So yeah. You want to chat about, yeah?
Apart from the comedians, any other big names that you met?
Oh, big names. Wow. Who do you meet? You know what the weird thing about Hollywood is not as flashy as people will make you believe. It's just a thing. It's just a place. Hollywood is like Pretoria, but it's just that's where the actors are. People try to make it like Hollywood is glamorous. No, it's just the industry is glamorous and the people that are there are glamorous. But then you just meet the people. There's CeeLo Green, and he's just going to a restaurant, and then you realize how weird you are for just, CeeLo Green! And then he's like, yes. And you're like, oh, that's what I was going to say. Hi, CeeLo Green. And that's, do you know what I mean? It's really just, Hollywood is very good at creating the image of Hollywood that the world likes to see. The red carpets, the fancy, the posing, the fancy. But then on every other day, you go to like Whole Foods, which is like their Woolworths, and you'll literally see people from TV shopping, just shopping. You're just like the guy from CSI, but you're shopping. And it's normal, it's not. So after a while, you really don't. I think that's why everyone lives in Hollywood, is because then nobody there sees each other as big or not big. Or there's a few superstars that you won't see, like the Will Smiths or you don't see them. You won't. They come out, then they fly in a helicopter back to like where they live. And everybody else on like the TV level, smaller cinema level, it's just people. You see them at the market, at the farmer's market.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I can't remember any particular big names. It just becomes a blur after a while.
I'm interested to know how you're feeling about hosting the upcoming roast.
Oh, the roast.
Yeah.
That's going to be... I don't know why I said yes to that thing. It's the roast is... I mean, it's... You're just basically putting yourself in the firing line. That's what it is. But it's also good because then it's like, okay, take your shots now. Take your shots. Let's do this thing. Because people take shots in all strange ways. People take shots in like newspapers and magazines as anonymous sources. Ooh, he who must not be named said. No, now it's like, come. Let's do the thing. We'll look at each other in the eye and do the thing. So it's going to be fun. And I mean, I'm glad Steve Hofmeyer said yes, because like it's just a brilliant thing. It's a good thing to be a part of. It's like, the first African roast on Comedy Central. And the world is watching, which is going to be interesting. Like I chatted to the guys in the States about it. Comedy Central America, and they were like, we're really interested to see if it can work and how it will work. So it's going to be great. I think it's going to be, and to see the names that are coming in, it's just like, but it's like Robert Whitehead, and what are you doing here, Robert? What are you doing here? You're too classy to be here, Robert. It's just, So it's gonna be a great roast, I think. There's wonderful comedians, which is it's going to be interesting. People are going to get hurt. I hope I'm not one of them, because I cry. Yeah. Anything else you want to know about the roast?
Steve Hofmeyer in particular.
Oh, you know what has been funny?
No.
What has been funny about the roast? I've got people, not even like direct friends, but extended people, phoning me, saying like some people on the roast are trying to phone them to get information about me. Then I'm like, first of all, that's not how a roast works. This is not a tabloid. It's not the Shwashwi roast. It's Comedy Central roast. Like it's supposed to be a public, you know what I mean? But now people are like trying to, and where did he? Yeah, who's this? Who did he date? And it's very weird. So they'll embarrass themselves if they do that on the show, because nobody will get the jokes or laugh at them.
Inside.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about a roast. People don't understand this. A roast is not about negativity. A roast is not mean-spirited.
Yeah.
A roast is really about. That's why at the end of a roast is really honoring someone. You can't roast somebody who hasn't achieved anything. That's why people that are stupid enough to say, Steve Hofmeyer, that loser. If he was a loser, he wouldn't be getting roasted. We're roasting Steve because he has achieved a huge amount of success. He's one of the most successful the country's ever had. So that's why you roast the person. You roast them because they've made it now. And then it's almost like it's like honoring them, but not in a cheesy way. It's not like, oh, well done. It's more like you give it to them. So that's what the spirit of the roast is. It's really about having fun, but in a slightly cheeky, nasty way.
Well, Steve Hofmeyer is someone who's known for the fact that he's very ill-tempered. I'm just scared that he might give it to you, eh?
Oh, wow. I don't know if Steve... I've never had a direct beef with Steve, so I don't know if Steve will have anything against me. No, I don't. It's true though. I've never had a. In fact, I think David Cow should be more worried because remember in 2004 when Steve won the best the artist, the summer. Then David said this must be a joke. How the hell did this guy win? This must be a joke. And Steve wasn't there that night, so this still hasn't been handled. So I mean, that's roast, baby. Woo! That's why I'm the guy running the thing. I'm just driving the bus full of people killing each other. That's all I'm doing really. So they can handle their things there, which will be really interesting. That's I'm not worried about the wrath of Steve. Plus, I think I can run faster than him. I'm just saying. So I should be fine. I should be fine. I didn't know that he's known for having an ill temper.
Mostly with journalists.
Oh, with journalists?
Yeah.
Everybody hates you guys. So yeah.
Are we happy to go into the quick one-on-ones?
Anybody else? Any big questions about anything?
Yeah.
While touring the States,
Yeah.
did you tailor-make material for the US audience or something?
Yeah, look, when I travel, I write material everywhere I go. I've always, it's what I do. I'm a comedian. This is the mistake people make sometimes. They go, oh, South African comedian. No. I'm a comedian that's from South Africa. But saying you're a South African comedian means you only hear. No, I'm proud to be South African. And in fact, there's no way in the world that I don't joke about South Africa. But you just have to learn to write more stuff. You have to. That's what I've always done. You know, I'm shooting my 3rd special now. I've never been afraid of writing jokes. I've never been afraid of writing more and doing more. So, for instance, even the show here in South Africa, That's Racist, will be totally different. Maybe there'll be 20% of what was in Edinburgh and what will be in the UK, and that's going to be, you know, even less of what's going to be in the US with Comedy Central that I'm doing. So I just write. There's no restriction. But what's nice about being home is it's home. It's like there's things that now we get and we know, and you know. And the more you travel, the more you realize you don't need to be ashamed of that. You know, for years people would tell me things like, but South African comedians, you guys are not funny like people in the rest of the world. You guys, rah. And then you go somewhere else and you realize every country has their Julius Malema. Every country has their, do you know what I mean? Every country has their people that they talk about. It's just the difference is we think of them as world figures. You know what I mean? The same way we talk about Zuma, they make jokes about Obama in America. It's the same thing. We don't think of it like that because South Africa, we don't think of ourselves as global. But when you travel, you start to realize that you are. You start to realize that comedy is global, and that's what Eddie Izzard told me. He was like, comedy is global. It's just connecting with the people that you have to try and work on. So that's why I'm more excited now coming home because I'm proud that we have our things. I'm proud to talk about our things and our jokes because this is where we live. There's no need to be ashamed of that. You know, I'm not gonna be making jokes about British politics because that's not my home. That's not where I'm from. So yeah, long answer, but yes, I do write material everywhere. So you weren't even writing that. Were you just remembering?
I'm recording you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were one of those. Trevor said, yeah, sometimes, and maybe, and he hates Steve Hofmeyer. Yeah, what's up, Al?
Which celebrity are you most looking forward to at the roast? Who do you think is going to be? You know,
everybody's going to be fun at the roast. Everybody. Cooley Roberts, because Cooley's always dishing out things, so it's going to be fun now to see if she can take it from all sides. You know. No, but it's true though. It's just like, you know, because some people, you know, when you're quiet, then people they take advantage of you. Like in the hood, there used to be this thing where people would be like, just because you know what I mean? It's like I'm in the corner and I'm quiet. Doesn't mean that, you know what I mean? So that's what's fun about a roast. And kudos to Cooley for coming though. That's what's the best thing, is that it's like, yeah, you put your money where your mouth is. So it really is going to be the craziest. It's going to be, there's no one in particular, because I think on the night we'll be shocked by what happens. And I know from other roasts, people have come in with an idea and then someone says something and they get so angry that they lose the plot and then they start. So it'll be fun to see. That's going to be, I'm looking forward to everyone. It'll be cool.
Anybody else?
Gilda, no questions, nothing?
I have a one-on-one.
Oh, okay, cool. Do any questions? Photographers never ask questions.
We're not paid to ask.
Oh, okay. Questions?